250. Created by Arthur Rumrill. Albert McKenney was 14 when he walked into the cave, a musket in his hand and a British ball still scarred into his chest. It looked like any of the dozen others he had used that year. He wanted a place with his back to stone and 2 ways out. Torch in one hand, a captured British officer's pistol gripped tight in the other. He moved deeper. He set the torch and pistol down, stuffed wadding in his ears the way an old scout had taught him once, then continued on. The passage widened without warning. The ceiling soared impossibly high, studded with what looked like stars. But Albert had entered in the afternoon. The sun had still been shining. Something was very wrong. A strange smell drifted toward him. Sharp, acrid, like burning pitch mixed with spoiled meat and something sweet and greasy. Nothing like wood smoke or damp earth. He wrinkled his nose and pressed forward. Far ahead he heard a massive fight. Strange colored explosions and a thunderous, rapid hammering unlike any musket or cannon he had ever known. Powder doesn't make that sound. Curious and uneasy, Albert broke into a cautious jog. As he neared the cave mouth, the air grew thicker with that unnatural stench. He peered out. A city unlike anything he had ever imagined stretched before him. Giant buildings scraped the sky. Men and women wandered about in bright, ridiculous clothing, the women shockingly underdressed, like dandies in colorful undergarments. Tall, pale boys, who looked as though they had never touched honest dirt, stared at glowing rectangle objects in their hands while colored explosions lit the night. Then a high, piercing wail split the air, a screaming banshee that rose and fell like nothing natural. Albert's heart hammered. He understood fragments of their strange, clipped English. Something about a Trump, a fight on the lawn of the White House, and a country called the UFC. It sounded like their own people were at war with one another. A figure stepped out of the shadows just beyond the cave mouth. "Hey, you in there? Come out with your hands showing." Albert did not obey. "Hold fast," he shouted, voice steady with the hard authority of a boy who had served in General Washington's war room. "You are come upon the encampment of the Continental Army of the United States without leave. Stand where you are, or I shall fire upon you as an enemy." "Police! Drop the weapon!" the man bellowed. "Drop it right now! Put it on the ground!" Albert watched the stranger draw a strange black rectangle shape with a pistol grip and duck behind a concrete barrier. The man spoke into a black box on his shoulder, and a disembodied metallic voice answered from nowhere. "Central, MPD 472. I've got a Code 3 armed juvenile at the north perimeter of the mall near Constitution Gardens. White male, approximately 14 years old, armed with a long gun, looks like a musket. He's pointing it at me and yelling about the Continental Army, requesting multiple units and a supervisor." The floating voice crackled again. Albert's blood turned to ice. "What witchcraft is this?" he whispered. His cover inside the cave mouth was solid. He thumbed back the lock on his brown Bess with a loud click. The musket itself was immaculate, lock oiled, barrel polished. But the bayonet fixed at the end was dark with old blood, pitted with rust. The tip still crusted from the last man it had killed at Yorktown, a clear testament to the soldier that now held it. He brought the muzzle up, the bloody bayonet gleaming wickedly in the strange lights of the future. He had already taken a ball for General Washington once. Whatever these blue-coated sorcerers were, Albert McKenney was not afraid. He was ready.